Honorable Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary Embassy of the Republic of Union of Myanmar at New Delhi, and my colleague Eric Afstov, Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Finland, New Delhi, and Dr. Ravi Gupta, who is the founder of Office of CEO, Industry Perspective, Mr. Shekhar Agarwal, and Mrs. Sheena Chabra, Senior Health Specialist, Health, Nutrition and Population Global Practice of World Bank, and Dr. Chandrakant, the National Professional Officer of Universal Health Coverage, World Health Organization, and distinguished leaders in health sector, management, professional, and giving health services in private sector and government. I am very pleased to be among you today and share my experience in health services. I can tell you that health sector is not an easy job. Health ministry has been hell for all the ministers throughout the world. No one liked to be a minister of health, but I was very fortunate to be a minister of health for a few years. I got a lot of support, and I will share my experience. And I think that is the best ministry where you can really serve humanity. You can give health to the people, not only in terms of mental, physical, or social, as defined by WHO, but at the same time, very spiritual and wellness. I think that should be the policy. I know in 1975, WHO discussed about Alma-Ata Declaration, and in 78, in Alma-Ata in Russia, they decided, and the target was health for all by the year 2000. And when we came at the year 2000, instead of health for all, we have diseases for all the countries. So we have failed to serve, to give health services to our people. And now, I think this year, in Declaration of Astana on primary health care, from Alma-Ata towards universal health coverage and the Sustainable Development Goals, Astana, Kazakhstan, 25th and 26th October. Now they have come with the governments and societies, primary health care and health services, enabling health conducive environment, and partners and stakeholders. And now we are talking about wellness of everybody, but unfortunately, in the Ministry of Health throughout the world, they have a wonderful job to eliminate or diminish the communicable diseases. And through the help of WHO, through immunizations, they have succeeded. But for the last 40, 45 years, I think the Ministry of Health throughout the world have failed to give service and to do the real preventive promotive. I think throughout the world we have an epidemic proportion of non-communicable diseases. Epidemic proportion says you cannot just sit idle. Already you have got the red signal, and we are still going in that direction. Majority of the people, up to 70–80%, are dying with non-communicable diseases. Diabetes, hypertension, cardiac, and even cancer has become more than epidemic. I'm talking about Mauritius also. When I was health minister, hardly there was about 400 cases in a year. New cancer patient. A population of 1.2 million. I'm not talking 1.2 billion, 1.2, very small. And last year, there was more than 2,500 cases just in 1 year. Can you imagine, from 500 to 2,500, can you imagine what is the proportion is and how dangerous it is? to have cancer, and we are responsible for it. The food we are eating, the chemicals, insecticide, pesticide, what we are putting in our vegetables, we are eating cancerous food. Pesticide means cancer, like cigarette and all that. So we have to take the responsibility. We cannot just say health center just to treat diseases or to do the preventive. But for food also is very important. But these are bringing diseases of non-communicable diseases. There's no doubt about it. Billions and billions of rupees are being spent in all these chemicals, insecticide, and now it's good to talk about organic. It's good to say organic, but unfortunately, when you go in the shop, in the supermarket, when you see the name, the title, organic, you pay the double price. They take double the price from your pocket. So in the name of organic, which is not correct, I think we have to go for the best. And India has the potentiality, has the technique, has the know-how, has the appropriate technology to bring health, to bring food in a natural way. You have the technology, and you have to implement. There's no other way. If really we believe that we have to give health services, we want the wellness of the people, we have to go, there is no other way. About the food, but at the same time, throughout the world, the Ministry of Health has been giving services, but they have failed in the non-communicable diseases. The main reason is that the ministry decides what type of services they have to give to the population. WHO has given very technical support, very appropriate, but unfortunately it has not been implemented as it should be. They have only taken WHO techniques, and the ministry, they have done in their own way, giving just service to the people, not getting involvement of the people. And the people cannot be healthy if they don't participate in the health services. That is the main thing. And WHO was right when he said that about the Alma-Ata Declaration, there should be community participation. Unfortunately, throughout the world, maybe the Western interest in health sector, you have it. You see, it's quite natural, we'll have it. But they should have, from the government side, get the involvement of the people through the oppression. Just I want to quote the former Director General of WHO, what he stated in his speech about the message when he came to Mauritius in 1987. And what he stated, you see, concerning the Alma-Ata Declaration, I want to quote. There have been about more than 12 objects, but I will say only 2. What he said: are you ready to fight the political and technical battles required to overcome any social and economic obstacles and professional resistance to the universal introduction of primary health care? If you're not ready, then we will not solve the problem, we will not have the solution. Second, are you ready to make unequivocal political commitments to adopt primary health care, to mobilize international solidarity to attain the objective of health for all by the year 2000? And at the same time, he said, one of the primary concerns of Alma-Ata has been to bridge the gap between the health house and have-nots. Unfortunately, more than 80% of the population, especially in the underdeveloped country, they cannot afford to get health services. And the gap is increasing, and we have to find solutions. And I believe personally that whatever government it is, whatever system they are, capitalist system or communism or socialist, whatever it is, there should be participation of the people. When it concerns the health of the people, and the people are not connected, how you can give service? It's not possible. That's why we have failed. Mauritius, we have been successful. When Dr. Mara came to Mauritius, and he stated that he saw the real community participation with the people. And once getting the population, the people together, you can do miracle. I was for a few years health minister. I doubled the primary health care without a single cent from the budget. I got the people involved, and I built twice the primary health care which was built during the last 400 years. Get the people involved. And the government took the responsibility to give specialized doctor in primary health care, community physician, at the same time medicine, all the 40 types of primary health care services. And we succeeded in that within 2 years, getting the people. Even we needed, because Mauritius, we have managed to keep welfare state, health free, no insurance, nothing, health free for the people, majority of the people. At the same time, I managed to build a cardiac surgical center, which was about nearly 100 million, get people involved within 2 years, and for the last 35 years, 37 years, open a surgery, neurosurgery, angiography, all being done free. So it's not easy, but we have managed to keep. Because I think any government, I think it's the first basic things that he give health services and education free, maximum to each and every people. That is the main. And at the same time, I would like to just quote the Director General, what he said, that when he, after visiting Mauritius, he said that if anybody wants to know what is community health, go to Mauritius. That was his what he said. But I would like to tell you that the private sector has wonderful job, because I don't think that any government can give health services to everybody. But in hospital, in super specialty, they have done very well. And that should continue, because with all the technology, all the changes, I don't think any government can do. But which is most important, that the primary health care, in the primary health care, there should be an integration. There should be the real preventive promotive, which we have failed. And I am proud to be in India as High Commissioner of Mauritius, to be here when we have a Prime Minister who has created a new Minister of Health. And the real Minister of Health, Ayush. The real Minister of Health, Ayush means Ayurvedic, Yoga, Unani, you put in practice, and this is the best and the cheapest. But you cannot isolate modern medicine, primary health care, and Ayush separately. There should be an integration of primary health care, whatever service are being given, at the same time get Ayush involved together. Because the real preventive we have to do. You don't get in the hospital. Hospital did not give you health. No super specialty give you health. He treat your disease, but your health you get at home. What you eat and what exercise, how you behave in your life. So that is the main thing, and that should be in primary health care. Each and every family, each individual, they must have computerized their how you call it, their behavior, their test, blood tests and everything should be computerized individually from village individually, and get that involved. And that can be done if the government wants to. And the people also should take the responsibility. You cannot buy health in pharmacy or in hospital. You can by doing exercise yourself and the food you are eating. There is no way. So it's good to have all kinds of specialty, just to treat a body, what God has created, but we need more than 100 doctors to treat one body. That's so many specialty. It's good. It never happened long ago. One doctor used to treat a person, but now all the specialty is good, but it's not affordable to majority of the population. And we have to see how we can prevent, because now it has become a policy that, okay, you live whatever way you live, but the end, you get all kind of treatment and you get treated, you're happy. No, that should be the policy from the primary health care. Everybody should be conscious, every ministry, every organization in health should be conscious and get involved. The real preventive promotive, only then we can succeed. Because we have to be very careful. We are already in an epidemic proportion of non-communicable diseases. And there is no way out if we don't start from the beginning, from the primary health care. And I think that you, professional, technical technician from the private sector and from the government also, It's good you're playing your role, but it's very important to get the people involved. Even in the private sector, when you're giving a super specialty also, it's good to get the people, be conscious about the follow-up of the health treatment, how they can behave, how they can change their way of life, that will be good for them. Because time will come, whatever amount you have money, it will not be enough to give health. So that should be, I think we have to decide. We not only we think in terms of giving services, at the same time we have to see spiritually, mentally, socially, how we can give maximum, the majority of the people, the best system that they can be healthy and be wellness. Thank you very much.